Doing work on Karen here again. Wow, I got grease all over my face. Holley Midmount. I've been running this for maybe almost a year now. And lo and behold, alternator stopped charging. So we're gonna try and take it off there and see what's wrong with it. Hopefully I don't have to pull the power steering pulley. My buddy Anthony from GSI, he did a YouTube video on this. He actually went in there and pulled the pulley off the power steering pump because you can't get to it. I'll flip you around here. Here's the alternator. You have one bolt here that's easily accessible, but the problem is the other one is behind the pulley. I'm like, come on, Holley, do better than this. Like, I drive my stuff, and I occasionally have to change alternators on the side of the road. Like, this is quite the pain.
Not much room to work here at the Tejas crowd now. Fans. And it's really hard to pull it out. Look at all that, I'll take it all apart. Pull this giant 2-watt battery cable off of here before we start sending sparks everywhere.
All right, so that was it. There was 3 in the bolts here, 13 millimeters. You reach through the pulley and you can take it off and drop the power steering pump down and get the 2 alternator bolts. So I'm interested to see, I think that a stock 145 amp alternator will fit in that bracket. I think it's just a regular truck alternator. But back here on the shelf of shame, I guess, because there's tons of trucks parts to be built still, is the mid-mount accessory drive for a small block for the 283 and the Apache. So I guess I'll pull that alternator out. And first, if I can find a 145 stock truck one back here, I'll try it too. So that accessory drive, let me get the grease off my eye. Changed the fuel line on the 41. Bought that kit as a natural. Karen obviously has the black accessory drive, so we'll see. This is just gonna be temporary. At least I know it fits. I also didn't feel like going through all the stuff to find a stock alternator. So at least I have a one that I know that fits the accessory drive. So just one part number difference. This one's a 197.303, 197.302 for the natural. And would you look at that, it also has the Holley on the casting. So, made in the USA. Should have lasted longer than 8 months. Come on, Holley, do better. Go ahead and hot swap this cable here because I'm reckless and it's only 12 volts DC. I do this when I wire stuff around the shop too. Yeah, it'll be all right there. Actually, I'll show you the mounting for the power steering pump. So you have the 2 bolts here for the alternator, and then down here, and down here you can't see. That's where the power steering bracket mounts. So you can just drop that out of the way. I'm using my, I think it's called a 0 degree. See if you can see it there. Ratchet. This thing has a clutch in it and no teeth, and man, is it nice. Don't hear any clicks. Doesn't take much room to back it up. One to grow on. Put the belt back on. Insert quack. because of the language we're going to use. There we go. All right. I think we got it. Go in there, gonna track right. Yep. We'll see first start here. Oh look, it's not charging. That must be some other problem. All right, in typical fashion, the other alternator, right there, the natural, after I removed the black one, is on. It didn't charge. And then I went looking at the wiring harness, and it looks like there is a melted. Here's the harness I went through and pulled. Looks like it got hot somewhere, and maybe that's why it's not charging after I changed that. So all this will come back off, and we'll replace this, and we'll snap the fingers, and it's all back together. 16 minutes, start to finish. Back to the shelf of shame, put the natural alternator back on there, and find another alternator plug that has a resistor in it, and we'll what we need. One quick thing too about this: this is just a one wire that excites the alternator, and it doesn't regulate the voltage or anything. So I'm probably going to take one of the old wires and put on the sense side of this, and then attach it to the I guess one of the fusible links in the firewall, so it will see the load and increase the voltage. It's 11:43 there, so 21 minutes. I took it completely apart and put a new wire plug on the harness. So let's see if it starts and has voltage. No. Nope. Still not charging. What the heck? Well, for the third time in the past hour, I put another alternator on. So we're back to the natural with the new wire. All right, we'll see if this does the trick. No, it's not charging. Does this work? What? To find out the battery cable's bad? The heck? I finally found the problem. The end of the battery cable that goes to the alternator is totally corroded and it wasn't even connected anymore. This is not even a year old. Install bay 2.0 made by Metra. This should be good stuff. I don't understand the problem. I still have probably 30 or 40 feet of this. I don't understand why it's bad. All right, new 2-gauge battery cable made to go to the alternator. It's on, it's connected, belt's back on, black alternator's on. Let's see if it starts. All right, I'll go to the Dakota digital gauges this time. There we go, look at that, 14.6. All right, so I can't really blame Holley for this as much as I'd like to. It actually is a much easier process to take it off than I anticipated, but the alternator is good, which is very pleasing. The only gripe, you know, I'm gonna have a gripe, is the bolts they use for your tensioner cover and the cover on the compressor. They rust out. So mistakes were made, lessons were learned, and Karen's back on the road. Very minimal tools you need to do this. So the Harbor Freight Meme tool came in super handy for moving the tensioner cover. You need a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench, so use that to get that off. Then you're gonna need a 1/2 inch ratchet to loosen the belt. And then the rest of it's all 13 millimeters and 10, 15 minutes of your time. So I did badmouth Holley about a bad alternator. My fault, thought it was bad. It was actually a bad wire. I'm gonna reach out to my distributor and find out what's up with that Metra install bay wire. So, a little bummed that didn't get to make the car live because of a wire, but happy to know how easy this is to take apart and make sure you have the right tools on the side of the road.